there, but it is a card of motion. So there could be some changes coming, some forward momentum. Let's see what we have. So yeah, be flexible yet grounded. Allow yourself free thought. Move and choose. Find your freedom. Use your voice resourcefully. Stand up for what you believe in. Be mindful of the way you communicate. Okay, so there's a lot with that one. And then we have solidity, inner core. Let's see what we have for that. Okay. Stay constant in your endeavors. Do not stop your progress. Seek those who are reliable and solid. Keep your promises. The greatest power is from the inside out. Okay, so these are all cards about progress and moving forward. That's cool. Okay, and this one says pressure. And that is transformation. Okay, so that's more progress. Awesome. So let's see what that says, what the message is for that. Pressure. You can view pressure as being negative, or you can see it as being a shaper, director, or positive influence. Find a happy medium where you can benefit and not be disadvantaged. Okay, all right, so maybe the pressure is just like you're feeling the pressure toward this progress, toward whatever, you want to move toward for your highest good. And then the next card is passion. So maybe the pressure and the movement, the momentum that you've got going is toward your passion or what makes you passionate. Okay, let's see what that says. It's pretty self-explanatory, but okay. What is the spark that lights you up? The divine lives within you. Consider your motivations carefully. Know where your resistance lies. We all have more than one purpose in life, and having a passion makes us feel more alive. Okay, cool. So maybe in the near future, you're going to feel some pressure to basically get unstuck. You're going to feel inspired to move forward and to move toward what really makes you happy, what really, like it says, lights you up. So moving toward your passion, that is a cool message. Okay. I'm also going to try some Forrest Oracles. These are just, I don't know, these are cute. I like these. And I just felt drawn to this deck today. So I like to go with whichever one I feel like wants to talk to me. So what messages do you have for Scorpio today? Oops. What messages do you have for Scorpio? What would you like to share with Scorpio? Okay. Okay. Anything else? Would you like to share anything else with Scorpio today? Ooh. Okay. All right. Let's see what we've got. So the first one is mushrooms. And it says, practice mindfulness to find peace in the midst of chaos. Okay, so maybe in the midst of all this change, all this transformation, moving toward what you need to move toward, you still need to stay grounded and have a mindfulness practice to kind of keep you sane. Tranquil stream. Let go of worries and find your tranquility. Awesome. Abandoned temple. Release fears and doubt that hold you back from living fully. All right. And then pine. It says, take a moment to pause and appreciate the simple things in life. Okay. All right. All good messages here. Now I'm going to pull some tarot. I'm going to use the Mind's Eye deck and just see what we get. Thank you, Spirit. Can you tell me, what is it that Scorpio is moving toward? Oh, I don't want to move toward that. It's Seven of Wands. So that can be conflict, but it's also standing up for yourself, basically. What is Scorpio? Ooh. And then we've got Nine of Swords. That is anxiety. That is fear. That is staying up at night worrying about something. So two cards of conflict. So inner turmoil and, basically having to fight for something, having to fight for yourself. What is Scorpio moving towards? I mean, we did have pressure. Okay. And then we've got the Ace of Swords. So that is clarity and truth. So maybe what your, oh, I don't know yet. Let's just see. What is Scorpio moving towards? King of Swords. Okay. A lot of sword energy here. So a lot of logical thinking, not really emotions, moving toward, maybe you're moving out of this mental anxiety and moving toward your truth, gaining some clarity, and you're just in this, maybe this is you're right now the King of Swords, even though Scorpio is a water sign, but maybe you're showing up today as the King of Swords, somebody who's logical, somebody who puts, logic over emotion. Maybe that's what's needed in your situation. Maybe that is what is needed to move you forward is logic over emotions. And being water signs, we are typically, and I say we because I'm also a water sign, but water signs typically are more emotional. What else would you like to share? Okay, Chariot. So that is major arcana for Cancer. And that is, oh, hello, Bucky. Thank you. What? If I knew how to edit properly, I'd edit him out, but I don't think I want to because he's cute. So anyways, all right. So we've got to stand up for ourselves. But what do we need to say? Or not we, Scorpio. What is the Seven of Swords here for? Why is the Seven of Swords here? Oh, okay. Eight of Swords. More freaking swords. Okay. So Eight of Swords is like being tied up in your own thoughts. So you want to progress. Clearly, the Oracle cards that came out said that you are moving forward. You're moving towards something, and what you're moving toward is your passion. But first, you kind of got to get out of your own way. You're afraid of something. Something is stopping you from pursuing what you want to pursue, and to the point where you're like, anxiety so high you're staying up at night worrying about it. But the truth is that you need to have more logical thinking so that you can figure out a solution. So maybe put your emotions aside for a minute and use the more logical side of your brain so that you can kind of go forward with whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. Because right now it's stuck, and it looks like you aren't facing the truth, and you need to face the truth in order to make some progress. And you're just kind of tied up in your own thoughts. There's you being tied up in your own thoughts, unable to make any progress. This is you staying up at night worrying about something, unable to sleep. You're so worried. So the thing you need to move yourself forward is basically you just need to get out of your own way. You need to get out of your own anxiety and fear and just kind of believe that you have the ability to accomplish what you need to accomplish. Let's get some more cards on that. Why is the Seven of Wands here, please? Okay, another seven. So Seven of Pentacles. So that's a card of effort, or like, honestly, it's more like you've invested, but you're not seeing the return, or you're seeing a limited return right now. So you're dissatisfied with the return for the amount of work that you've done with something. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can clarify that Nine of Swords. Why is the Nine of Swords here, please? Eight of Pentacles. So that is you wanting to put in the work. So you, and what you might be trying to go toward, what you might be trying to accomplish, it may have something to do with career, finances, because these are pentacles. So that has to do with money, finances, the material world, tangible things. So maybe you're worried about money. Maybe you're worried about your job. Maybe you're just up at night, not sure how to progress, how to so far you haven't seen the effort for the work you've put in, and you're wanting to, invest more time and effort to achieve your dreams, but you're just stuck for some reason. You're stuck in your own head. Okay. Why is the Nine of Swords here? Okay. Three of Pentacles. So that's a card of collaboration. It's a card of working together. So maybe the answer to getting out of this anxiety, this fear, this stuck energy that's not moving forward, maybe you need to work with a partner. Maybe you need to bring somebody else in on this project, whatever you're trying to achieve, whatever you're trying to accomplish. Maybe there's somebody that you can apprentice under, or just, learn something from. Maybe whatever you're trying to achieve or accomplish is not something that you could easily do by yourself, and you just need some help or some inspiration from friends or colleagues or whatever. Okay. All right. So let's see. Oops, some things fell out before I asked the question, so I'm not going to count that. What can you share with me about the potential outcome of this situation? What is the potential outcome here? Okay, so we've got the Ten of Wands. So the Ten of Wands is you carrying a burden that is too heavy for one person to carry. Maybe that's why you need to work with other people. You need to bring in some help to help you achieve your goal. But this Ten of Wands it's an ending. It is you putting down the burden of thinking you could do everything on your own. You need some help. You need to ask for help when you need it. So put down that burden, and that will help you to move forward. What else would you like to share about the potential outcome? What is the potential outcome of this situation? Okay, so we've got the Hangman. So that's major arcana for Pisces. So you could be dealing with a Pisces. Maybe you have someone around you that is Pisces. Maybe you yourself have a Pisces moon or a Pisces ascending. It could mean that you just need to change your way of thinking, because the Hangman is stuck energy. And we've already said you're kind of stuck in your own head. This is just further clarifying that you are not making any progress. That's what you want. You want to make some progress. You're trying, but fear, something is limiting you. Your own mental state, it looks like, is what's limiting you. So this is you being stuck and needing to get out of that energy, put down your burden, maybe ask for some help, and just kind of put in more effort to achieve what you would like to achieve. Anything else you'd like to share about the potential outcome here? Anything else? Nine of Wands. So again, that might be you. This is often called the wounded warrior. So maybe you've just got, you're still standing, so this is a card of resilience. It's a card of somebody who's trying, who is fighting, but they just haven't had success so far, but they are still standing. They haven't given up. So you aren't making much progress, but you're still willing to try. You're still trying to put in the effort. And as long as you keep being in that energy, and you, like we said earlier, think more logically and less emotionally, maybe ask for help when you need it, or maybe ask for advice from a friend or someone, or collaborate with someone. Maybe that will help you with being unstuck so that you can get to where you want to be. Okay, let's see. What else was I going to do? Okay. We'll try to get some advice from the Vampire Queen. So wisdom from the House of Night. Thank you, Nyx. What would you like to share with Scorpio? What would you like to share with Scorpio, please? Woohoo. The fledgling. Wow. What would you like to share with Scorpio? I can't even get my words out sometimes. Okay. Oh, I like that one. There's a sexy dude on that one. Okay. So this is her advice here. So first we have fledgling, Conveniently, the very first card. Okay, dear one, when you receive the symbol of the fledgling, know that you are blessed with a time of learning and new things. Okay, all right, that seems to go with what we're trying to do here. This is a time for you to remember that you cannot know things until you experience them. Being in this evolving state means you may stumble a bit, but don't expect yourself to be perfect. Now is the time for being gentle with yourself as you step into your destiny to become the beautiful person you are meant to be. When the fledgling appears to you, it is a sign of new growth and wonderful new opportunities. Step forward with curiosity and a willingness to learn and discover. Okay, all right, sounds good. And then the interesting that the next card that came out was number 2, and that's the warrior. My beloved child, when the warrior appears to you, it is such a fortunate sign that no matter what is happening to you in your life, you are truly protected. Okay, so maybe the warrior is the person that you're going to meet that's going to help you with, your project or what you're trying to do that you've been stuck with. Whatever you are experiencing right now, all will be well. If your question is regarding love, this card represents someone who is deeply committed, protective, and kind to you. Friendship and love are sacred, and these qualities are important for a relationship to grow. If this person doesn't have these qualities, then move on, for I will send you someone with a true warrior spirit instead. Remember, life is about learning and discerning who is true and who is not. There is another message here to consider. Do you embody these qualities in yourself? Now is a good time to think about how committed you are to your path. Okay. And then the last one, I'm about to lose my voice. It's just so weird sometimes. This one is meditation. Be still and listen to the sounds of the pulsing energy as the life force inherent in all things sings a gentle song to you, to your sweet ears. In the darkest inky black night, I, Nyx, make my magic and weave it into the world. This is a time for non-action. Do nothing and find quiet within your heart and wait. All will be revealed when the time is right. Now is the time for quiet contemplation. You won't miss anything if you stay quiet, be still, and know that I, Nyx, goddess of night, am always with you as you discover your magic in silence. Okay, I hope that any of those messages were helpful. If that resonated with you, then yay! Leave me a like, maybe subscribe, consider subscribing. I'm very new to this, so if my message did not resonate with you, it could be that it's just not your message, or it could be that I'm just still learning, so go easy on me.